Hello, hello, hello. Happy Saturday. Welcome. Super glad to have you here. Hello, Susan. Thank you for joining me. Hi, Chevy. Welcome. Happy Saturday. If this is your first time here, please tell me your name and where you are from. A couple of quick announcements as you were doing that. We just finished off the Get Visible, Get Clients Challenge yesterday. Yesterday was day 6. But we haven't chosen a winner yet. And so we'll be doing that in just a couple of minutes. Also, if you wanted to grab the Notably You program, then you can do that. You can still go and to the challenge registration page. For right now, I haven't moved the challenge registration page. So when you go to LaTisha.tv/GVGC, you'll be able to register, and then you can grab Notably You. And then in another day or so, we will pull everything down. So I was actually speaking with someone the other day, and I was like, yeah, I do a broadcast every Saturday, and they had no idea that I'm on here live every single Saturday delivering all of this value for you guys. So welcome, Meredith from Baltimore. Hello, Courtney from Atlanta. Glad to have you here. Who's excited about today's topic? Today we're chatting about how to be the coach that clients love. And I kind of obviously jumped on to this topic as far as, we've got Valentine's Day coming up. And I have some stories that I want to share with you guys today. But if this is your first time here, let me introduce myself. My name is LaTisha Styles. I am a stubborn believer in manifestation, and more on that in a second. I do broadcast every single Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I teach everything from how to make high ticket sales and attract clients to raising your rates and having the confidence to stick to them. We also cover low ticket sales, creating cash on demand, and putting automated funnels in place, because every coach needs a bit of passive income, right? If you do want notifications when I go live, just hit subscribe and click the bell. If you've made a purchase already, then you're on my text message list and you'll get a text whenever I'm live. You also do get access to secret flash sales and special offers. Yes, it pays to be a buyer. If you are outside of the US, just go to latisha.tv/free. Download any of my free trainings, PDFs, or guides, and you're in there like swimwear. So why am I a stubborn believer in manifestation? Well, not only did I manifest my husband, I manifested my dream job, which is what I'm doing right now. And I'm in the process of manifesting my dream body. So stay tuned, because May I will be on stage again, and I'm very excited about that. I do believe that you can create your life, but first you have to decide, because your dreams deserve your decision. And you deserve to achieve your dreams, but only if you decide to do whatever it takes to get them. I started my career as an investment analyst. I quit my job on Friday the 13th, and I decided to create my very own version of a lavish life. Along the way, I became an online marketing certified professional. I'm the founder and CEO of You've Got Clients, where we help coaches create and fill their coaching programs with high quality clients. My clients are known for using my strategies to generate $18K in 2 weeks, $10K in 10 days, $95K in 12 months, among other results. And that is why you are here today, right? To get on the path to getting some of those results for yourself. So with that said, let's hop right into today's topic. All right, awesome. So we're going to be chatting about how to be the kind of coach that clients love. But before that, we are going to choose a winner. Yes, Roxana, unfortunately, I had to close it off so that I could download the people who have entered. I grabbed it right before the training so I could be ready. So I do have, but fortunately you did win twice. So, and I'm glad you're happy that you did the challenge. Okay, cool. So for those of you who are not familiar, you're like, challenge what? Like, what's been going on? Over the last couple of days, we've been doing a challenge on getting visible and getting clients. What this challenge looks like is whenever I host a challenge, at least this is what I started at the end of the year, and I'm going to be doing this throughout this year. But whenever I host a challenge, I go through and I give you an incentive to take action. Every day we're going to be doing, different challenge tasks. And I want to make sure that that you're showing up for yourself, and I want to provide an incentive to do that. A lot of times the way that we make that happen is when I host a challenge, there's a way that you can purchase the challenge recordings after. And then I usually throw in some extra content as well, like I did with the Notable You package. And really what that does is it helps us to fund the gifts and the prizes for the challenge. And also obviously gives you an opportunity to take things further. So what we're going to do is we're going to be sharing, I'm going to share my screen right now. And I'm going to choose a winner. And let's see how I do this. Boom, like that. I got to make sure that I hit the right button so I can share my screen. So basically what I was doing every day is after you submitted your homework, all you had to do was come into, there was an email that went out. You went to the email, you submitted. I did turn it off like 2 or 3 minutes right before this training so that I could go and grab all of the winners. As you can see, we had, all the way through today until, I don't know, this is UTC time. So I have no idea what that time is. So I'm not even going to go into that. All right. So today we had number 2 to number 11. And then the way that I choose the winners is I just go to Google and I go to random number generator and we will type in a 2. And we will type in an 11, and then we click generate. For this challenge, we're choosing 2 winners. The first winner is Keshna. Congratulations. Keshna just won yesterday also, but you won the VIP call. So today you'll win the $25 Amazon gift card. So congratulations. And our next winner is number 7. And that is Rachel. Congratulations, Rachel. Is this Rachel, like Rachel Path to Six Figures, Rachel? Is this different Rachel? Is that you? If so, that's exciting because then you get an additional VIP coaching session with me. Cool. All righty. So who's excited about today's topic? And before we get there, I got some special to share with you guys. LB is excited about the topic. Yeah, I've got my little script and I'm reading the same thing each time. So hopefully one day I'll memorize it. But until then, I just kind of read it through. Okay, different Rachel. Yeah, let me check the email now that the screen is not showing. Okay, yeah, it is a different Rachel. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to meet this new Rachel. And the name spelling is different too. I just noticed that. So what I want to share with you today, and I'm gonna surprise some of you guys that joined us inside of the challenge, is this topic about how to be the coach that clients love. And the reason that I chose this topic is, a lot of times with like Valentine's Day coming up and, everyone kind of talking about, thinking like, what am I going to get for Valentine's Day? Or what am I going to give for Valentine's Day? Sometimes we forget our clients, right? We forget to like love on our clients and really kind of be that coach that they're like you're so irresistible to them. So how do we do that? How do we be that coach that clients love? Well, one of the very first things that you can do is to follow, the book is called How to Win Friends and Influence People. So if you've ever read the book, I actually haven't read the book, but I know all the steps in it. I did the Cliff Notes version. And one of the first things that it talks about is how someone's name is like the sweetest thing that they will ever hear. Like people love to hear their name. So when you can address your clients, potential clients, your audience by their name, they love to hear that. So that is part of the reason why when you guys come in, I ask, please share your name and where you're coming in from, especially if you're joining from YouTube, for example, where, a lot of times people have a handle that's not necessarily their name. Like I want to be able to call you out. I want to be able to say your name, and I really want to be able to feature you as well. So I just got a little bit distracted. So what we're going to do right now is I am going to share with you some of the names of some challenge participants, and we're going to give them a little bit more visibility. So we're ready? All right. I'm going to maximize the screen. Angel joined us for the challenge. Day 6, she shared, "Hi, my name is Angel. I am an accountability coach. I use my faith and life experiences to help empaths, introverts, and HSP move from stuck, overwhelmed, and frustrated to becoming a better version of themselves. What makes me me is my authenticity and transparency. I'm not afraid of keeping it 100% real with you. Thank you for joining us for the challenge, Rachel. I got a lot of these, so bear with me. Victoria says, I am Victoria, the mom guilt slayer. I help busy, ambitious moms make space for their passion, flawlessly execute their plans while still becoming super dope moms. I am the life and energy in any room. And I think we can tell by your smile. I have the ability to positively change the vibe of any situation. I genuinely love people and have never met a stranger. Thank you for joining us for the challenge. Karen says, hello, everyone. I'm a life purpose coach, career coach, and health nutrition coach. Karen's got it all in there. I also teach on integrative medicine. My mission is to motivate women to activate their life. There is always something missing within ourselves. Let's pick up the pieces and get moving. And she also shared her link where you can visit for additional information. All right, Madonna. Madonna says, I am your mindset coach. I empower high-achieving women of faith to break free from anger and fear and discover their inner wealth and create a powerful voice. What makes me me? I am passionate about exploring the deep places of my clients' hearts and guiding them to their expected end. I invite my clients to take a walk with me and experience the life they want to live and show them how to create a new reality. It is my pleasure to see the smiles on their faces as they create a space of freedom, a heart of joy, and a mind that creates wealth. I now invite you for that journey. Let's connect today. And she has a link where you can go and get started with her. Thank you, Madonna. Ruth says, what makes me me is my big smile and laughter that livens up a dull moment. I help high-achieving career female professionals, from executives to experienced graduates, by removing the struggle in marketing their skills online, to get scheduled calls from their ideal employers, clients, and in-demand recruiters using LinkedIn and their resume effectively to get their dream job. I am your career success strategist. Learn more and chat. Let's chat. And she's got a link and also her IG and her Facebook where you can go and get connected with her. All right, here, that's nobody, that's me. Okay, Paula. Paula says, I'm a transformation coach. I help women who are dealing with codependency, emotional trauma, and limiting beliefs heal from the past through mindset shifting and transformation coaching. I bring clear transparency, attention to detail, and a compassionate energy laced with humor. Thank you for joining us for the challenge, Paula. Shamika, I'm a pageant coach. What makes me me is my determination and independence. I always bet on me. I say that's the best bet you can do. I help women achieve the fearlessness they need to increase their visibility on paper, on camera, on stage, and in their personal and professional lives. All right. Thank you for joining us for the challenge. Rachel says, I'm Rachel Alexander. I'm a mindset and intuitive coach, and I help high-achieving women tap back into their innate wisdom, stop people-pleasing, and start living their best lives for themselves rather than everybody else. This is so needed. What makes me me? I'm the person who's always going to keep it real with you, and often the person in the room to say what everyone else is too afraid to say. I usually see a clear and simple pathway to help my friends, family, and clients reach their desired outcomes, whether internally or externally. And I'm not afraid to share these insights when asked, of course. People come to me when they want to hear the truth and fastest path to radical transformation. I call it wisdom from my higher self that just cuts through the noise. No fluff, no BS, just real, applicable, helpful guidance. Thank you for joining us for the challenge. Tara, I'm Tara Tucker, and I'm a transparency coach. If you guys haven't seen Tara's day 4 and day 5 homework, definitely go check it out. She got a lot of comments on that. I help Black professional women heal from their past trauma and see the beauty in their scars by defining, owning, and writing their stories. Inbox me for more information. Thank you for joining us for the challenge. Robin, I am a relationship coach. I help women, single, engaged, or married, become intentional about deciding what kind of wife they want to be. Grown newlyweds have my heart. I have the gift of seeing the alternative perspective in anything, and I share information everywhere. Hashtag further her. Thank you so much for joining us for the challenge. And last but not least, we've got Allison, who said, I'm Allison, and I help women find the love and commitment they deserve. Now, hopefully this audio will work. You guys let me know if it doesn't.
Allison, I am a dating and relationship coach, and what makes me the Sugar Honey Iced Tea is that I am a straight shooter. My clients get what they want, but more importantly, they hear what they need in order to have their breakthrough.
And I love that. Thank you, Allison, for joining us for the challenge. You guys did amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. Congratulations. Congratulations. Really, really great job on the challenge. Great job doing the task. And once again, if you'd like to take things further, now that you know how you would like to get visible and how you want to show up, it's really just a matter of getting out there and just being notably you and putting yourself out there over and over again. So I hope that the challenge was helpful for you. We'll have more challenges coming soon. If you are not already a member of the Get Coaching Clients community, this is where I typically announce our challenges. You'll need to go to LaTishaStyles.com/community. When you go there, you will be asked to input your name and a couple of additional, not your name, but your email address, where you found us, and the type of coach that you are. Please answer the questions. It makes it very easy for us to bring in the type of people that we want inside of the group versus someone who's going to just hop in and start spamming. So at a minimum, we need to know what type of coach you are, and so that we can make sure we keep our group clean and beneficial for everyone. Elaine said, what does Sugar Honey Iced Tea mean? Elaine, take the first letter in each word and you'll get it. So it's a Southern thing where, and actually I thought I had yours. Elaine, I saw you had a homework in there. Let me see if I can pull yours up, because I could have swore I had yours pulled up. Sugar Honey Iced Tea. And when someone says, I am the Sugar Honey Iced Tea, right? It's the first letter in each one. Let me, and then we've got Roxana. I want to share yours also. And then, like I said, I swear, Elaine, I saw it. Maybe that was that one page that accidentally had an accident on it. Here it is. Okay, great. Let me share two more because they have been joining us for the challenge, and I want to celebrate them as well. So what we got here is, let me hide your chat really quick. Roxana says, I'm Roxana Blair, and I help ambitious moms become financially empowered by helping them start or scale their online business without the overwhelm and without being online 24/7. And Elaine shared, I help Christian women over 50 discover their purpose for the next season of life, gaining clarity and direction, culminating in an actionable plan for kingdom contribution. And she's also got her link there. So thank you, Elaine, and thanks for being a part of the challenge. So, and because you help Christian women, you might know why I like to use the Sugar Honey Iced Tea instead of using the actual word. So now you know. Awesome. I'm glad the 6 days were impactful and that you enjoyed them. The videos are still available. So the one I published on like YouTube and Facebook and inside of the group. So in order to catch the replays, just go to YouTube. So you're already here. If you're not here, just come on over to YouTube and join them there. We've already finished the 6 days of the challenge. When we host another challenge, I will announce it inside of the group. Okay. Yeah, it's nice to hear someone say Cammie, right? You're like, hear my name. Yep, we got you in. Okay, perfect. Ruth says, I didn't know either. Yep. So that's the Sugar Honey Iced Tea. Yeah, it's a Southern thing. And so you don't say the words that your mama taught you not to say, right? So so that's the very first thing. Becoming the coach that clients love is using some of those skills and talents that you learned inside of how to win friends and influence people. Like you can use those same things with your clients. So, when you hop on the phone with them and you're first getting into your clarity call or your discovery call, whatever it is, you might say, hi, patience. It's great to It's great to chat with you today. I'm looking forward to speaking with you. Tell me more about, what made you decide to book the call, right? And so you're using their name intentionally because you already know that it's something that attracts people to you. When they hear their name said, they're naturally, like, they can't help it, they're naturally attracted to someone who happens to say their name. Okay, so that's one of the very first things that you can do, and it's a small thing that really doesn't cost you anything, and it provides a big impact when you think about it. One of the second things that you can do to become the coach that clients love is to do things that are unexpected, but also kind of have carry a nice weight to it. So I'm looking over here because I'm trying to get my welcome box. This is in my office, so my little welcome box in my office. And I have in here gifts for clients. But one of the things that I do, which doesn't cost a whole lot, right? It costs me, Skittles. I didn't realize those were in there. It costs me whatever it costs at Target to go get, some notes, thank you notes. But what I do whenever I book a new client, I've been doing this since my very first one-on-one clients. So whenever I book a new client, whether it's one-on-one or whether it's in a group program, I send a thank you note. So I'll send a small note. Let's see if you can see this without it. It's trying to get the colors right. So I send a little small note. It says many thanks, and it's empty inside, right? And I just do a handwritten note. Okay. I do a handwritten note, and I say, thanks for trusting me with your time and energy, because that's really what someone is doing. When they spend their money, they are entrusting you with those funds, which mean that they didn't spend those funds on something else. So that's the energy part. And also now they've made a commitment of time. So, hey, thanks for trusting me with your time and energy. And then I write something else about, can't wait to see how your business grows or whatnot. And so I just send a little personalized note. So it's a small touch, but it's something that it makes a big impact. And the reason that I say it makes a big impact, because I still have my note. Courtney, you're gonna love this. I still have my note, stand by, from one of my coaches. So if I was prepared, I would have already had this. This is a thank you note that came years and years ago. Okay. LaTisha, thank you for taking the jump and get ready for the next level of your life to take off. Here's a little something to hold your new thoughts and plans. Courtney J. So you guys know, you're familiar with Courtney. She's on the live streams every Saturday, often. She's also right now helping me out with kind of building out a sales team and working on that. So some of you have already spoken with her. And she sent this note when I signed up with her for mindset coaching. So when I was first starting my coaching business, I worked with her. She's one of my very first coaches. And I worked with her in the area of mindset and sales, which is where, she's awesome at, right? And I remember that she sent me a notebook. I don't even remember what the notebook was. I think she sent me a notebook, and then she sent this personalized note. So I still have this personalized note and I've kept it. Sometimes you keep things because they have sentimental value, because they have, because of where you were when you received them, on an emotional level. And it's in one of my little, I have a box that has some business stuff in there, and it's just slid in there. That's why it's a little bent, because it's just slid in there, and I've just kept it, right? And it was so impactful for me for someone to say thank you, right? I paid you, but you said thank you, right? Even though I feel like I'm the one that's going to get the big benefit, which is why I made that investment. So, for your clients, as you're, getting ready to book your clients, and as people are coming in, send them a little note, right? It's the small things, right? It's the human touch. And over the years, I've reconsidered There's Courtney. Over the years, I've considered like having them pre-printed or having, a service or a system kind of go through and, do that for me. But it's just like, it will lose the touch. Like it doesn't take but a minute or two to write it. Okay. Ruth, to answer your question, how do you collect home addresses? Whenever a purchase is made through my shopping cart, not every purchase, but for like my high ticket purchases, I request the address. And then you should have gotten the email that says, hey, welcome to the path to six figures. I have this as your address. Please confirm. And that's because you have a special little gift coming from me. And so we confirm your address. Also, once you come in, and then also what you can do is when you send out your contract and you have them fill in their address for the contract, that's what you can put that in that section. Okay. Chevy says, yes, I did that with a potential client yesterday when she reached out on Instagram and she booked her discovery call within an hour of communicating through IG. And I did the same when we got on the call. Yep. Just saying their name and doing just give them a little nod. Yep, absolutely. Asking. And then she says, then I sent a thank you note right after the call. Yep, absolutely. So it's a big thing. And so for those of you who are, I kind of like learned this from career searching. Whenever I went on interviews, I was told like, hey, send a little thank you note. And then like things started moving so fast that I was only able to send an email note. But, way back in the day, people used to handwrite notes. Like it's so crazy how, life moves on. And then we get so used to digital interactions that sometimes we forget like how nice it is to receive a handwritten note and how nice it is to like have something physical versus, everything that we have that is digital. I'm going to assume that's Estella. Are you coming in from the Facebook group? Welcome. If you are coming in from the Facebook group and you would like to have your name and your email shown, you can go to chat.restream.io/FB. And I'm using Restream in order to broadcast this. So what that will do for you is they'll ask, hey, does Restream have your permission to share your face and your name? And then the next time you come in and comment, if you're coming in through the group, it will show your name. Okay. Courtney says, and the best little notes and thank you pages have, they have so many in Target. Yeah. Or Marshalls. Like I bought these Target. They have these ones that they're mini thanks when I buy these over and over again. I buy a lot of stuff from Target because Target has a lot of cool stuff, but I also have some other personalized things in here. So we got clients coming in for the, oh, okay. Hey, Keisha, glad to have you. We have clients coming in for the Path to Six Figures program. We're actually getting started with them February 22nd, I believe. So I will be shipping off all of those gifts around the same time, and everyone will be able to open them up and have like a nice thank you gift. So that's the second thing is like, just a little handwritten note. And you notice that the first thing doesn't cost you anything. The second thing costs you maybe, how much do these cost? I think it was like $10 for the entire box. So a couple of cents for each envelope and each note, right? But it's that personalized touch. The next way to be the coach that clients love is to listen. Listen, you got two of these and one of these, right? Two of these, one of these. So listen. The way to be the coach that clients love is listen. And, this sometimes this is easier said than done because sometimes as a human being, not even as a coach, but a lot of times like we come to a situation with our preconceived notions, with, our own experiences and paradigms and things that have happened in our own life. And we bring that sometimes to a situation and that often causes us to assume what someone is thinking versus actually listening to what they are thinking. So, do your best to not cut someone off, to not make an assumption, and really to ask questions. And that's really, as coaches, what we should get really, really good at and what we're best at, which is just asking questions. And I want to say, like, that's probably what makes the best coach, is the type of coach who can ask the questions that lead the client to their own realizations. And this starts from the very first phone call, the very first discovery call, the very first conversation. And, asking simple questions like, so why do you think that you did that? Right. Or, what was your thought process when that happened? Is there a reason that you are, that you chose this over that? And, asking those questions helps the client get to clarity, and they are appreciative, right? They thank you. They're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, I got so much clarity. And all you really did was give them space to think about what their answers actually were, right? And that's, like I said, that's really what I feel like we're great at as coaches, is just giving people the space that they need to essentially come to their own conclusions. Now, on top of that, there are practical aspects to what we do, especially if you are a very talented coach and you expect to grow a large business. You do have to have, some practical side to what you do. But that doesn't necessarily mean you have to teach somebody how to create a funnel. That could mean that you teach them a practical process that they can use over and over and over again, or you teach them how to adapt their own process, to deal with, whatever they're dealing with, mindset, trauma, struggles, whatever it is. It's all about figuring out what is similar from client to client to client to client, so you can take that and adapt that from one client to the next. And that essentially becomes your secret sauce. That becomes like your special thing. So the reason that, I'm able to, quote unquote, sell the anti-webinar is because I discovered a process for myself that has also worked for many, many, many clients. And it's standard from client to client to client, but it also needs some modification and some customization, which is why I only offer it inside of the Path to Six Figures program. Because, some people just kind of took it and then they went the wrong way. They took a left when they should have taken a right. And I'm like, no, if I were there, I would have been able to tell them, like, this is the way you got to go, right? This is the path. So, think about that. Like, what is your process? What's your structure that you are, helping clients with that essentially needs your guidance? And that's kind of like your practical side of things. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Physical notes are huge. Keisha says, I put the phone on mute while the client is talking, so I won't interrupt. That's actually a perfect way to do it. I laughed because I thought you were like on the phone with the client right now. I was like, wait, what? But that's a great way to do it. Like while the client is talking, whether you're on Zoom, whether you're on your phone, like just click mute and allow them to talk, with a caveat that like some people talk in run-on sentences. And so it's important to provide guidance there if they've answered the question, or if you feel like they're answering the question in circles, feel free to, to kind of jump in there. Okay. Ruth says, I get that all the time on my discovery calls. It's so refreshing for the prospects and for me as well. Yeah, absolutely. Like when you feel like you are being heard and you feel like you're being listened to, you definitely feel more of an affinity towards the other person. And this is a lot of times the reason why extroverts and introverts tend to get along really well. Okay, tend to connect really well, because extroverts like to talk and everyone wants to be listened to, and introverts are really good at listening. And sometimes, if you're in like a networking situation, or like you're in an event and you're the introvert and you happen to get caught with an extrovert and you're just listening, you're like, yep, tell me more, and then suddenly you're like, okay, how do I get out of here? But you have to have your own tactics and strategies. Mine is that I need to use the restroom. That's my like Hail Mary. If I ever feel like I'm trapped and I can't get out. Or one that I feel like works really well is, someone comes over and then like I'll invite them into the conversation, and then like they start talking, and then I kind of like, oh, I gotta go over here. I did a video on how can introverts manage conferences or something like that, like how to manage a conference as an introvert. And I share like all of those strategies in there. All right. Awesome, Cynthia. Thanks for showing up. Glad to have you here. So what are some other ways that you can become the coach that clients love? I'm going to throw this one in there sort of as a bonus, which is to help them get great results. And the reason that I share it as a bonus is because the client, it's really up to the client to claim the results that they want, put the work in for the results that they want, and, go after it and achieve, do the work and get those results that they want. So I want to include it sort of as a bonus for you as the coach, because, you're not 100% fully responsible for the results that your clients get, because it's going to depend on like their level of effort, what they put in, their starting point. Like there's so many different factors, which is why legally we're not able to guarantee results. But it's your responsibility to help the client along the way as much as possible. So the very first thing, and like I said, is essentially a bonus of like help clients get great results. The very first thing is to be very clear on the type of client that you want to work with. And this is your job. Your job is to make sure that you're very clear on your ideal client and that you say no to the client who is not right for you, even up to the point of being willing to do a refund if you feel like that client is not the right client for you and they're just not going to get results with you. And so that's an area where you need to be prepared and have integrity for that area. Now, if it's a client where you feel like, okay, great, and I know this client is going to do well, you sign them up, they get started, and for some reason, they either stop doing the work or they stop showing up. Like, I still feel like as the coach, it's your job to reach out and, just kind of tag them a little bit, say, hey, I noticed that, maybe you haven't come to a recent call, or, hey, I was, expecting for us to, get to this point at, now I just wanted to reach out and see where things are. And this is going to differ based on the type of coaching that you offer, how your program is structured, whether it's group or one-on-one, so on and so forth. But this is the reason why whenever I do a group program, I still like to keep the groups fairly small. So I think in the Path to Six Figures, like we started out with like 9 clients in there. And like even that, like 9 clients still sometimes can feel like a lot, but it really gave me the opportunity to like reach out to individual clients if I felt like, things were kind of slowing down or not going the way that I was expecting them to go, for example. So, for your programs, whether it's group or one-on-one or whatever it is, like, be prepared to do your part to help them get the results that you want them to get. And what that also includes is for you to choose a goal for them. And you don't have to share that goal with them, because sometimes it can become demotivating if they can't see that in their head, like they don't have the vision for that one. I remember one client, one of my goals for her was for her to like quit her job and be able to work for herself. And she's doing that now. And so it's really, really exciting to see that. But if I would have like shared that with her at that time, it probably would have overwhelmed her. And, and part of this is so that you can kind of start that process of manifestation to say, this is what I would like to create. And we're co-creating. So one of the clients that I worked with a couple of years ago, my goals was for him to earn his investment back in the very first, after that very first launch. And I remember thinking that in my head, like, that's what I want to happen. Like, so it's got to happen. And it did. It happened in that very first launch. He earned his investment back. And I remember the way that it happened was a little strange. Well, not strange, but it was different than the way that I thought it would, because the people who came in, like everyone didn't pay in full. Some people did payment plans. So I was like, oh, like by the time we add all of that up and they complete their payment plan, would that be you earning your investment back? And he said, yeah. And I was like, wow, like that it actually happened. And that's something that I put out there. So, as a bonus, like I said, work hard to get your clients great results. They'll love you forever if you can help them get the results that they're expecting. What that looks like is, number one is, choosing the right client and, being willing to reach out and connect with the client if you feel like things are not quite going the right way, choosing a goal for them, even if you may or may not share that goal with them. And then also, finally, I would say set expectations at the start. And the only time that there's a clash or a disagreement is when there is a difference in expectations and what actually happened. So this is in any of your relationships, communication with your spouse, your, family members, whatever it is. If you have an expectation here and they have an expectation here, like that, there's going to be an issue. But if your expectation is here, their expectation is here, even if something different happens, you had the same expectations, right? Like if I expect for, the trash to go out to the curb every Wednesday without me having to take it out there, but he expects the trash to go out to the curb every Wednesday without him taking it out there, the trash is never going to get to the curb. And then there's the potential for an argument, right? And so same thing happens with your clients. Like if your clients are expecting, if they come into your program and they're like, all right, well, I know that you said that you can help me to get the body I desire. I expect to lose 50 pounds in the next 8 weeks. And meanwhile, you're thinking like, well, on average, most clients lose, maybe 8 to 12 pounds within 8 weeks. And that's up to you to set those expectations at the start. So you would say, and this is exactly how I word it when I've got, someone who comes in that's like, I want to make $1 million. And I'm like, well, you haven't made $1 yet, but let's talk about that. The way you set those expectations is that's a great goal. And I absolutely would love to help you get there. The first thing that we do is, during our, first 8 weeks together is we look to set a goal that is, something that we can focus on, not reach, right? Because we don't want to set like a goal that's demotivating or a goal that's like just safe, right? So it's really more so like a goal that we can focus on. So we'd love to set a goal that we can focus on for these 8 weeks. We're going to keep that, $1 million goal, that 50 pound goal. We're going to keep that on the back burner. We're definitely going to have that in mind. I'm touching and agreeing with you. Like you can absolutely create that. But for these first 8 weeks, there's some things that we need to put in place first. So let's focus on those and focus on putting those things in place. And that will help you to get there more. Okay. Courtney says, my extroverted self loves the introverts. Yeah. I love chatting with you all the time though. Where would you suggest I look for sample coaching contracts? That's a great question. So you can go to, there's a couple different websites. Okay. And I'm just going to pull them all up right now, and then we'll kind of go through them with the caveat that none of this is business advice. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So let me pull all of this up. All right. So a couple of options you got. Okay. You can go to Rocket Lawyer. Okay. RocketLawyer.com has lots of documents for real estate, business, family, personal, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So you can come here, get contracts. You can get a 30-minute phone call, which I think is more so like a pre-sale type of call. But you have options here, and this is for everything. So like independent contractor, all sorts of different contracts. Okay. Then if you want something that's a little bit more specific to you as a coach, then I would recommend to Cora Davis. She's the one who does all of my contracts. She has a template program that's called Breadwinner. And inside of here we go. There are contracts that have been drafted by their team and then peer approved. And this program offers templates that are specific for coaches. So you've got your, live event agreement, for example. You've got and these are just some examples. I'm not 100% sure if they're in there because I work with her on a personal basis. But just as an example, as a coach, types of agreements that you might need: coaching client agreement, group coaching program agreement, course agreement, website terms and conditions, and those things like Rocket Lawyer might have, but they're not going to be specific for a coach because these are kind of all, general documents. So that would be my suggestion for that. In order to get there, you just go to takoradavis.com. And then when you go to her website, just scroll to the bottom and then click Breadwinner. So here's the top of the site, scroll down to the bottom. And actually there's one right here, it says templates, right? Templates and contracts. And then same thing here, okay? Breadwinner. Okay. I hope that was helpful. Ruth said, you can tell me that, hashtag quit my job. Perfect. All right, good. All right. So that is what I have for today on how to become the coach that clients love. It's really a matter of, loving on your clients the same way that you would love on your family members, your spouse, your significant other. You do little things for them in, the different love languages, which are, I don't remember them all right now, but LB, you might have these memorized. I have no idea, but like words of affection, touch, gifts, listening ear. I don't know. I just need to know his love language and mine. So I'm good on that. And I'm also familiar with my sister's love language and, my family members who I like to do stuff for. So definitely keep that in mind. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if there are any other questions or there's anything else that you'd like to share. Yes, there is a replay. So these live streams are hosted here on YouTube and they will stay up on YouTube. You can just, I try to put them in the live stream playlist. So you can just click live streams and you can just start going and watching forever. All right, let's see. Yep, gifts. So I think that's like tokens of appreciation or like gifts, affirmations. That's mine. Words of affirmation, physical touch. Yep. Quality time. Acts of service. Yep, acts of service. Perfect. So you guys already know. Keshna says physical touch, gifts, words of affirmation, gifts. Yeah, quality time, acts of service. Yeah, so I'm sure, Elba, you're probably incorporating some of that in your challenge that is maybe still going on, but that you've been doing. Perfect. Ruth says she's been using Rocket Lawyer for a while now. So yeah, definitely check out one or the other. All righty. Well, until next week, hang on. I wrote a script for my ending. I do this stuff when I'm like, I wake up and I'm like half asleep. And then I'm like, oh, this would be a great script. So I can pick up my phone and like type in my notes. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining me on today's free training. If you want even more, then go explore my YouTube channel at LaTisha Styles. And while you're there, subscribe and tap that bell for notifications. Speaking of subscribers, let's feature today's most recent subscribers. All right. I wasn't prepared to do that. So hang on. Let me do that. I said I was going to feature today's most recent subscribers. So give me a second. YouTube gives me a little doodad and shows me who my most recent subscribers are. Stand by. Man, I should have been prepared for this. All right. My most recent subscribers are Chris, the Maximizer. Welcome, Chris. Glad to have you here. Anna Loza and Tina Marie. So let me share that. Zoom, zoom, zoom. How do I zoom, zoom, zoom? All right, hang on. Plus, 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 plus. There we go. Most recent subscribers, Chris the Maximizer, Anna Loza, and Tina Marie. All right. And then let me close that off. I'll get this right next time. This is my first time doing this. Okay. Thank you, new creators, for joining this. I broadcast every Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern. And if you have more questions on today's topic, go to Instagram at LaTisha Styles TV and tap your question in today's IG post. All right, I'm going to have to do an IG post today too. While you're there, follow and say hi. Until next time, remember that your dreams deserve your decision and you deserve to achieve your dreams, but only if you decide to do whatever it takes to get them. So go, dream, decide, and do. And I will see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye. Yay. Bye.